Why, hi everyone, welcome back to The Life's Good. I'm AJ, this is AJ's Den, and this is my channel. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and give us a like and thumbs up and hit the bell and all those things. Enough of that. A few weeks ago, I mentioned the Cerveza beer that I was brewing, and I'm actually in the process now. I'm just about to siphon it from the bucket into the keg. I've got a sterilized keg here. All the tubing and bits and pieces have all been sterilized. It was a bit slower to ferment than some of my previous brews. I kept checking the bubbler and it was still quite active, so I thought I'd give it a chance. So I've given it probably about, I don't know, what was it, about 16 days, something like that, in the bucket, which is probably a little bit long compared to some brews, but actually it'd be okay. It looks a good colour and it's got a nice aroma to it. And I'm, as I said, just about to siphon it into the keg. I've added 85 grams of brewing sugar to the keg. I'm siphoning the Cerveza beer onto that, making sure it mixes. And then that keg will get placed in my little pub in the pantry and we'll sit there for about 8-10 days before I'll give it a sample and see how we're doing. And at that point it should be fairly well carbonated and starting to clear, I would imagine. Now, I did mention foggy beer in my last video. One of my bulldog kits, as with all the other ones, was slightly cloudy. As it happens, over the last few weeks it's cleared substantially, and what I'll do in a minute, I'll show you what it looks like. It's actually cleared quite well. Somebody did mention using finings. I have tried using finings in the past, but not successfully, and it's always knowing when to add them. And I did on occasion find that by adding finings at a particular point in the brewing process, I let air into the keg, I let air into the bucket, whatever, and I don't know, things just went wrong. Whether it was just a coincidence or not, I don't know, but I just chose not to use finings. My choice. And if you make the brew correctly and you leave it long enough, they do tend to clear quite well without any additives, without any extras being added in. Your finings is like a gelatin type substance, and some of them can be a little bit sweet, sugary, syrupy, if that's the right word. So it's not something I'm keen on. Any road, I'm siphoning that today, and I'll show you what that beer looks like. The what was it called? Four Finger Jack, that was the one. So I'll show you that one in a second. And in the meantime, take a look at what happened last week. I had a visitor and he commented on the plumbing in my kitchen. Have a look at this, you'll see what we're talking about. Well, here's an amusing one for you, everybody. I had a friend visit earlier, and while they were in my home, they said, AJ, there's something wrong with the drain under your sink. I said, really? What makes you say that? And they said, well, it's making all sorts of strange noises. I thought, it's not been a problem before. We shall have to investigate. So I came into the kitchen, just like so, and stood near the sink. And I thought, there's definitely a noise, but I think I know what it is. And I pulled out the bin, and underneath my worktop is my bucket of Cerveza beer. And this is what they heard. It's working really well. It's been in the bin 2 days and it's doing exactly what I want it to do. And it's the bubbler that they heard bubbling near my sink. I had to have a laugh. Well, whilst that's siphoning, I just wanted to show you this. Now that was really cloudy before. Now I'm hoping you can actually see that now is a lovely pint of beer. That was the Four Finger Jack American Pale Ale kit that I made. It's around about, I think it's around about the 4.2% mark. I didn't check it exactly, but it's quite lively. There's a lot of carbonation sticking to the glass. It's got a nice little head. It's bubbling nicely. And that is actually a really lovely pint. Although this is a half, I would imagine, just over. But it's a nice beer. I like this one. I might have a go at making that again sometime. I've got another kit here that somebody gave me. I think this came from my daughter actually. That's a Geordie lager. Never made it before. 40 pint kit or 23 litres, whichever way you want to measure this. Again, you just need a bag of sugar with this. So you get your yeast sachet in the top. You mix the beer kit with the sugar, add the yeast, away you go. Very simple kit. Nice Geordie lager kit. So when I'm in need of making another kit now, I'll be making that one next, and I'll take you through that one, I would imagine. Also, we are in autumn-ish, September now, and I've started saving jars. I've got 2 or 3 already. I've got a few more down here, different sizes, washed, cleansed and ready, because it's that time of year when people have an abundance of fruit and veg and other products, and it's a great time of year to start making your chutneys and your jams and stuff like that. So I will be looking for some ingredients to make a chutney or two, and I'm going to be saving my jars, jam jars and the like, to put that chutney in. And if I come to make anything again, I will be putting that on the channel and sharing that with you guys. So I'm saving jars. What else is there? I was at a bike rally last weekend, bit of a raucous affair. I would have liked to have shared the videos and photos from that with you guys, but I think they far exceed some of YouTube's rules and regulations on what you can actually display on your channel. So unfortunately I can't share those with you. I probably could. I might get away with 1 or 2, but it's too risky. Honestly. I'm on holiday this week. I'm on a couple of weeks off. I've actually got some time off from my normal work, and I've been out and about on the bike and in the car visiting different places, and I'm about to spend the weekend down in Northampton with my daughter, and we're going to take a trip down to London and see the sights and maybe take in a show. If I can, I'll take a few pics, maybe put something together for you guys and share that. I'm just looking over here because this is almost finished siphoning. I'm just going to tip that forward, make sure that the last of this beer is siphoned into that keg. Won't take long. So that's about it for today, guys, other than to taste this beer. That Four Finger Jack is really tasty. It's got a citrusy tang to it, which I quite like. Yeah, now that it's clear, it's bright, clear, lovely flavour. I'm quite happy with it. Now you'll hear this go in a second. That's just about there. That's every drop of that liquid siphoned into that keg with about 80 grams, 85 grams of sugar added. The sugar creates a secondary fermentation. You need that to create the CO2 that gets forced into the beer because it can't escape from the keg, and that's what carbonates your beer. Right, beer in the keg, that's got to be topped, put away. I've got a few other things to do today. Just a very quick one today, guys, so just to say hi, and this is what I'm doing, and hopefully I'll come back with some chutney recipe maybe. and a few other bits and pieces, and whatever I'm doing, I'll share it all with you. So look after yourselves, right? You be safe, you be happy, and come back and see us soon, and I'll be pleased to see you here. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you again soon. In the Life's Good. Bye bye now. Cheers.